All right, man. Grand Rising, everybody. I wanted to get this topic done before I get my day started. Um, Two things I wanted to address, and then I'm gonna get off of here. But Keyshawn Davis, he goes off on the Texas State Athletic Commission. Um, a lot of us already know by now that he has been suspended for marijuana in the system in his last bout. And they have ruled that fight a no contest. And then it has interfered with his upcoming bout or his scheduled bout, which was supposed to be versus Jose Pedraza. So he just went off, and I want to actually play this clip. So shout to the ones catching the playback, and then I'm gonna give my brief thoughts, and y'all can leave y'all thoughts as well. So here's Keyshawn Davis.
I ain't never hear of a fight getting taken away. Y'all in boxing history. Y'all tell me if a fight ever got taken away in boxing history. Like real shit. What fight y'all know got taken away in boxing history? Why nobody is talking about this shit? A fight never got taken away on boxing history, and when niggas got tested for PEDs and hella shit, they gonna take my fight away over some marijuana? That is crazy to me. Fuck them. Straight like that. They want to suspend me? Fuck them. It was crazy. Bro, nobody fight never got taken away for no PEDs, for nothing. A fight never got taken away in boxing history. Why did they make me an example? Why they felt like they had to make me an example? I'm trying to tell you, I'm different. It's cool, I understand my power now. All they did was just show me my power. All they did was show me my power and how much powerful I am. They took a whole fight away from me for marijuana. Niggas got caught with PEDs and still got... Come on, bro. Only thing they didn't take away from me was my check. If they took away my check, woo!
Woo! Yeah, let's Keyshawn. You know, first thing I notice is that really the no really accountability for his own actions. He's not really humbling himself and saying, you know what, yeah, y'all smoke some weed and I fucked up, and Texas State Athletic Commission, I guess they just really, really strict on that. So, I won't be blazing up the next time I fight in Texas. He didn't even approach it like that. He kind of went into like this whole spiel of, oh, look how much power I got, and you know, when in boxing history has a fight been woo woo. Now he kind of made certain points of like, there's people that have failed drug tests, and their fight was not ruled a no contest. I can name some fighters, but they've been able to get off. You know, their fights, like you can say, like Conor Ben. He's fought certain fighters and things like that. He was probably juiced up. Um, Pending Alicia Baumgardner, she fought a fighter juiced up. Her fight didn't get ruled a no contest, and she's still a champion, still undisputed. So I can kind of see what he's saying with there, but at the same time, you bring all of this attention to yourself, Keyshawn Davis. Um, you always bragging about yourself, and you good at talking shit and marketing yourself, and that's just gonna come with the territory. Now I don't know if they picking on you, and if they are making an example out of you, then it is what it is. You got to just be careful what you wish for. If you really want to be that guy, they're gonna make an, maybe that's the position you put yourself in. They're gonna make an example out of you. But to say fuck Texas State Athletic Commission, I don't think that was a smart move, man. I don't think that was smart. Um, I think he should just been kept quiet. If you are going to address it, just say, hey, man, that was my bad. I blazed up. I've seen other fighters, humble themselves. I may not have been something like weed, but I remember when David Benavidez did cocaine. He didn't make no excuses. He didn't say they was when they took his belt from him. He didn't say, oh, they're trying to make an example out of me. Look at all the power I got, y'all. And I just think it's because Keyshawn, he's super young and he's just arrogant. He's a young, arrogant dude. And this could backfire on him. He even went on further into that video. And shout out to I think the channel's called Inside the Ropes. So that's where I got that clip from. Shout out to you. He even went in further and talking about, man, I'm not bringing I'm not doing no main events in Texas. I'm not bringing no money to them like that. Fuck them. Whoop, and trying to go into like, man, boxing is dirty and there's no governing bodies, and which is true. Boxing is corrupt, very corrupt. But um, nobody put a gun to your head, Keyshawn Davis, and made you blaze up before the fight. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people try to use this thing like this excuse for Errol Spence and was saying that Errol Spence was high, when he fought Bud Crawford, and that's why he lost. Well, hey, that's his problem. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuse, man. There's no excuse. Nobody put a gun to his head and made him blaze up. You know, um, uh, PBC really don't be testing like that anyway. They don't do body testing and stuff like that. And maybe in Vegas, and I mean, I think it's legal. You can blaze in Vegas, so you can walk in the MGM. They may not have that them kind of strict rules, but Texas is different. You can't play like that. Shout out to Salah Sports TV. Martin says, dude is immature and ignorant, Black. He needs to grow up. That's how I feel. He needs to grow up. Um, and he needs to humble himself, man. And maybe this is just an attempt to bring some humility for this young man. He's thinking that I guess he's already on top or something like that. And Texas State Athletic Commission is just proving to this guy that you're not. You're not on top. You prospect. You must follow the rules. And if you make a mistake, you must pay the consequences. No different from Jared Anderson recently. He was driving under the influence and also had a firearm on him as well. So he's going to probably get some consequences with that. Hopefully he doesn't come out with the same, you know, um, energy as Keyshawn talking about, oh man, it just showed me all the power I got, you know. Woo! And some of these youngsters got to learn lessons, man. Just because you make a lot of money and you popular does not mean that you are exempt from consequences. Does not mean that you don't have to follow the rules, man. Wherever you getting ready to fight, once you got your training camp and all of that, if your fight is in Florida, if your fight is in Nebraska, Arkansas, wherever it is, find out what's legal and what's not. Find out what the rules are, and then abide by the rules. And if not, do not complain when you are dealt a harsh consequence, like suspended for 90 days. You know, this is a part of your reputation. It's not like, and that extreme. It's not like you failed a drug test, a performance enhancing drug. You just blazed up, which it ain't that extreme. I'm not really coming down on him that extreme, but just how he's reacting to this. Fuck Texas State Athletic. Come on, bro. That's you shouldn't. It's not even necessary. Just take that L, take the no contest, and learn from it, and don't do the shit again. You know what I mean? Shout out to 1-2 Kid. Shout out to my bro 1-2 Kid with the Truth Hurts crew. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Keyshawn Davis playback. Y'all can give y'all thoughts on this guy. Do you side with him? Are they trying to just make an example out of him? Do you defend him and just think like, oh man, Texas tripping, it's just weed? Do you agree that with the no contest? And do you agree with the 90-day suspension? You know what I mean? So I just gave my opinion. Y'all can give y'all's. So now let me move on. There's some news that Terence Bud Crawford has been stripped of his IBF title. I was a little appalled to hear it, right? Because I'm like, damn. Um, I didn't even know that the IBF had ordered him to fight Jerron Boots Ennis, because a lot of us know Jerron Boots Ennis is in that #1 spot. He's had the interim, IBF interim, I believe. And I didn't see any reports that Bud Crawford had a certain amount of time to fight Boots and before he stripped, right? So that's one thing. And then so I was kind of like looking around, and I didn't really hear anything from the horse's mouth from Bud about the situation. So I just kind of, you know, went to someone who was close to his camp or in his camp. And Bernie the Boxer, he has his YouTube channel. So I listened to about 15 to 20 minutes of his take on it, right? And he's like, we threw the belt in the trash. Did you miss me? All of that spiel, right? Animated character, he's an animated guy. And he is I guess put it upon himself to be the spokesperson for Bud Crawford when certain things happen. And I'm a little confused, I'm a realist, right? Um few things, if this is true, if Bernie the Boxer is accurate what he's saying, that Bud Crawford just threw the belt in the trash, that Boots doesn't bring enough to the table, Crawford is on to bigger and better things. He's looking for the bigger paydays, not the little small paydays with guys who are unproven. Because that's true, but Boots hasn't proved shit hardly. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really fought no really nobody, that people should be screaming at, like, oh damn, Boots, oh shit, he beat this guy. Um, I know that he beat Lipinets, Castile Clayton, and a couple other guys. Is not even really worth mentioning. But he is the IBF mandatory, the #1 guy. And if Bud Crawford was ordered to fight him, then as a champ, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fight your mandatories. Um, this is what's troubling me with the decision to trash the belt, if that's exactly what Bud did. There's this contracted rematch between Bud Crawford and Errol Spence, Mr. Man Down. And I remember they were saying that um they were talking about if the rematch is going to be at 147 or 154, right? And then I seen in the interview from Bud Crawford, he stated that um both of them had a certain amount of days to submit in writing that they can't make 147 comfortably. And if they submit that, then the fight can be made at 54. But if they didn't submit it within a certain time window, then the rematch must be had at 147. So this is my problem with this shit. Bud Crawford, with him saying all of that, right? Stating that, Spence did not submit in writing that the rematch can't be made at that he can't make the weight at 147. If the rematch is going to take place at 147, you have just robbed Errol Spence of his opportunity to fight you for undisputed. That's how I'm looking at it. Now, I like Bud Crawford. I'm a fan of him. We can't take nothing away from him being 2-time undisputed, okay? So I give him credit there. He beat the hell out of Errol Spence. Cool. But Errol Spence had 3 of the major belts. Bud only brought 1. Okay. So I got to give Spence credit that he did the work in getting the 3 major titles when Bud had that 1. Spence did what he said he was gonna do. He was gonna take care of his side of the street, and then he was gonna go over there and attempt to take Bud Crawford's belt. He lost miserably, but he still brought all the belts. He brought those belts to the table. I believe, in my humble opinion, it will be kind of fucked up for this rematch to happen and Errol Spence not get an opportunity to fight for a belt that he worked hard to get. That IBF belt, he went over to Sheffield, England to beat Kell Brook. Okay, a tough fight. But he went to war with Kell Brook. He won that belt and he defended that belt quite a few times. Quite a few times. You know, that was the first belt he won. And Bud is now going to trash that belt because of the boots and it's mandatory. I don't like it. Just being real with y'all, I don't like that shit. You know, I feel like, yeah, okay, if you have this now, unless it's just some bullshit politics that the IBF is just pulling and they just stripping him without giving him like a heads up, like, Bud, you know, you have this certain amount of time to fight Boots. If you don't fight Boots, then we're going to strip you. But to go into the rematch without all the belts on the line, I feel like that's fucked up for Errol Spence, man. Because Errol Spence could have trashed one of those belts and not given Bud Crawford the opportunity to fight for two-time undisputed. That's my stance on it. You know, like, why would Errol Spence jump in a brutal fight again with Bud Crawford and the reward not be as great as the first fight? If he would have won, he would have been undisputed, one-time undisputed. So say if he goes to the rematch, miraculously beats Bud Crawford, and the fight is still at 47, he won't even be undisputed. He'll just be unified again. Three belts like before. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm only going off what this guy Bernie the Boxer is stating. You know, like I say, I don't believe everything he say. I think sometimes he just say shit just to say shit. Did you miss me? And all this other stuff. So I ain't really a big fan like that, you know. Shout out to him and all of that. But, you know, he wasted about 15 minutes just talking about random shit. And then that's what came out after about the 20-minute mark. That it Bud is throwing the belt in the trash. Boots not really bringing nothing to the table. He's going on to bigger and better things, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, what about this rematch, man? You know, I'm not a huge Errol Spence fan or nothing like that, but I'm like, damn, what about Spence gave this man an opportunity to fight for undisputed? And now you're not going to give him the same favor in the rematch? I'm not feeling that, dog. I'm just not feeling it. I felt like, look, if for you to maintain your undisputed status, you should have just fought Boots. You know what I mean? Fight Boots so that you can keep your belt. But maybe and I'm like, it just don't make sense because if the rematch at 147, what they gonna say? Oh, you know, he's throwing the belt in the trash because he's going up in weight. I'm like, huh? So I'm trying to make sense of it. The rematch is at 47, but you trashing the belt. If people are trying to say, oh, maybe because he's going up in weight, he's trying to pursue Canelo. Well, how? If he got to fight the rematch at 47 contractually. So I don't know. Maybe unless Spence backed out the rematch or something. I have not heard that. So I don't have all the answers. So I'm just questioning the shit. Lost Art of Boxing. What's good, fam? Cue the God. So Bud ducking is what he's saying. I don't know. I'm appalled. I'm confused at why this belt is being thrown away. If what Bernie the Boxer is saying is accurate. I hope he's not ducking, you know. Maybe it was just the IBF pulling some politics and just stripping Bud without even giving him the heads up that, hey, you got this certain amount of time to fight Boots or we stripping you. I felt like, bro, this is your undisputed status at 47. You still at 47. I haven't heard no reports that you've already left the division. You see what I'm saying? So if you are still hanging around the division, don't let them strip you because of boots. Fight that man. That's how I feel. Fight him. You know, or you know, yeah, man. I'm just confused. I'm really confused. I'm not jumping to no conclusions. You know, and of course, Bernie is just making himself the spokesperson for Bud Crawford. I hope Bud come out and address the shit. You know, but I just don't like that with this rematch still supposed to take place. Now it's like a situation where you're going to fight Errol Spence in the rematch, and all the belts are not on the line. And I don't think that's fair to Spence, man. Spence didn't have to fight Bud. I'm glad he did. So I'll give credit to Spence there. You know, he he spun the block. He fought Bud Crawford. He came up short. He went out on his shield. He didn't go out like no bitch. The fight was stopped. He was still on his feet. He was gonna get his ass hurt worse. The ref did his job, but he didn't quit. You see what I'm saying? So I felt like Bud at least owed Spence that, you know. And one of y'all was gonna have to fight Boots. Um, we knew this. Once once Boots Ennis defeated Castillo Clayton, that solidified him as the number one guy in the IBF. And it was either gonna be Spence or Bud fighting the guy. So, you know, y'all can leave y'all thoughts on that. You know, did Bud Crawford duck Boots in your opinion? You know, because yeah, man, to let that belt go for just to not fight Boots, I'm not feeling that shit. I'm not feeling it. And like I said, I haven't heard no reports about him going up or no crazy stuff like that. And the rematch supposed to take place at 47. So just trying to make sense of it all. That's it. That is pretty much it for today's topic, man. Just addressing the rumors. Keyshawn Davis. Um, I think you need to grow up, man. You need to mature, sir. That's a part of maturing. Taking accountability, man. Owning up to your mistakes. Now you shouldn't be out here saying fuck Texas State Athletic Commission. No, fuck that. I'm not gonna ever have a main event there. I ain't bringing no money to Texas. That's stupid, man. That's stupid to say. It's a lot of money to be made out here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that was a smart move, young man. You know, yes, they might be making an example out of you. So you just got to learn to take a lesson from it. You know, you can't do everything that you can't get away with shit that maybe other people can get away with. You know, maybe other people have gotten away with smoking weed and still not getting suspended, but you can't because you're Keyshawn Davis, man. This is the type of attention you wanted, right? You know what I mean? The target is on your back, sir. So there's you must move slightly different from everybody else. And as far as Bud Crawford, hold up, y'all. All right, my bad. So with that much said, man, shout out to the playback. Shout out to the true media movement. That's everybody that keeps it real, stays true to who they are, and does their part to bring this real media, man. Shout out to the True First crew, started by One Two Kid. True media movement, started by myself, the Black Horseman. And yeah, man. Y'all hit the like button today. If you like today's content, subscribe. More content coming soon. And I appreciate y'all stopping through. Till the next time, I'm BHP.